Hey, with summer upon us, a lot of us are getting invited to pool parties, to barbecues, to people's houses for, everyday occasions. So you don't want to be the person that just goes with the typical side dish. Somebody tells you to bring a dish or an entree, you want to come up with something that's going to be a little bit unique. So I've got some beautiful portobello caps here, and this is a dish that I used to have on my menu with my Italian restaurant. It was herb goat cheese stuffed portobello caps. And the herb goat cheese, of course, if you saw one of our other episodes, is from Turkey Foot Creamery. It's the only goat cheese I use. These are 2-pound packs. You can find these in a lot of grocery stores around the area now. Dell's just about everywhere now. So what I do with this is the finished product here, but I'll take the herb goat cheese, the plain chev, what they call, and I'll throw it into a mixing bowl. I'll add whatever kind of herbs I want. So I'll add fresh chives, basil, shallots, garlic, salt, pepper. I add a little bit of our house dressing in there too, just to get a good texture with the goat cheese. So this is going to be very flavorful. It was flavorful before I added the herbs to it, but now it's just even having that extra pop. So with that said, this is already a done product. You guys can mix it. You're just going to kind of fold all the products in, or if you have a mixer at home, a little table mixer, you can put maybe the paddle in and don't whip it too much. Or you can even, if you really want it smooth, you can throw it in a processor too and just kind of pulse it. But I just hand mix this with a rubber spatula. So first thing you want to do is you want to just take this stem off, and then usually what I do is I take the little, what I call the little mushroom fins out, clean them out. Don't have to be completely clean. Try to be gentle with it because you want to kind of keep the mushroom intact for when you want to stuff it. I would normally do the whole case. I'm not going to bore you with me doing the whole case right now. So I'm throwing these into a bowl, and I'm taking my house dressing that I have here. You can use whatever dressing you prefer, garlic expressions, whatever you prefer. Or you can stop here and get our Souk house dressing. It's bottled here. So I'm going to sit and marinate these a little bit. They're not going to really marinate. I don't have time to really marinate them. You could marinate them overnight if you wanted to. I'm just going to rub them down a little bit here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a sheet tray. I'm going to put them in the oven for about 7 or 8 minutes to cook them up a little bit. I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to let them cool down a little bit. Then I'm going to put the goat cheese, pat it inside of them, and then we're going to cook them again. Maybe a little bit of Parmesan crusting on top, or panko. I'm going to run them through the pizza oven here. I cut them in half. I'm going to tear them off, and I'm going to use my porcini mushroom butter to top them off, and then some balsamic glaze. Porcini mushroom butter, we can show you how to do that in the episode where we're going to show how to do a lot of sauces. But we're going to throw these in the oven real quick, let them cook for about 6 to 8 minutes, and then I'll bring them back out and show you what we do with them. You can already tell it's cooked. It's a lot softer, and you don't want to cook it all the way through because you're gonna cook it one more time. So now you've got the little marinade. It's got a lot of flavor, and then maybe too hot right now. We'll try. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of our herb goat cheese. Stuff these bad boys. All right, so now that we have them stuffed, you can either hit it with panko. I've got some Italian breadcrumbs. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of that for a little bit of crunch on top. Panko usually works very well, or if you have gluten allergy, you just leave it. This can be a total gluten-free appetizer too, without the breadcrumbs on it at all. Then you're gonna want to throw these. I'm gonna throw them on a pan, and I'm gonna send them through the pizza oven because I have the convenience of having a 500-degree pizza oven. I'm going to do a turn on them. At home, I would put them in at 350. If you have a convection oven at home, 350 high fan, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Like I said, we already cooked them partially one time. We just want to get a nice crisp and get that goat cheese to soften up. All right, so we just took these out of the oven. You know, a simple balsamic glaze adds a lot to the goat cheese and the mushroom. So these are going to eat like portobellos and oysters that we use here have a meaty texture to them. So they eat like steak or like kind of a meat. So, and they're awesome to go. You know, you can do a nice Pinot Noir with mushrooms because it's got that earthy feel to it. So. Most of the time, I think people would want to do like a white. You can do a white with it too, but I think a nice Oregon Pinot Noir, something like that, with the portobello caps, brings out the earthiness in it. So usually what I would do is we usually cook off our own, but this is something you can get in the grocery store real easy. Some balsamic glaze. So I'll just kind of hit the plate, just do something fun with it. I'm going to kind of, so you have multiple people, kind of cut this in half. Always add a little green to our stuff. Some pea tendrils. That concludes your little quick appetizer to be able to take out to a party or somebody's home or get together. Check back in a little while and we'll have a recap on how to make sauces for all the things that we do here.